Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's actually this week's video. Yeah, we're gonna be breaking down gold in terms of the trades we took over this week. On gold, we only had one loss on gold actually, and we had overall wins on gold, and then also some part of Nasdaq. We did take also on Nasdaq gold, Nasdaq trades, and also USDT. We had a nasty loss on USDT yesterday, but yeah, I thought, but we'll get to it when we get there. All right. So based on last week's video, if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. I'll link the link below. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you like it also, and turn on the notifications. Yeah. So in this, we've seen that we've been uptrend for quite some time. If you get a close look, we had this bullish, we've been having this bullish structure, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then higher high. And then probably some can say this gonna be a lower low, but I personally think that the market is really, exhausted its high levels, because as you can see from this higher high to this higher high to this higher high to this higher high to this higher high, there's been some congestion happening here, and the highs have been getting closer and closer to each other. So I'm thinking the market will just calm down, break this higher low, and then probably correct, and then we can start looking for sales from then. But yeah, I'm just speculating, guys. But that's what I see based on these heavy pushes to the upside. We haven't been having as much sellers, just buys, and then as you can see, this is on a 4 hour candlestick. So that's something that I'm actually, I'm looking forward to. I'm not really taking any sales or any buys as of yet. I want to get that indication where the market will give us an indication going to, creating that lower low on the downside, breaking this, having a break of structure around this area, or you can say change of character or market structure shift. You can have this and have give us that lower low on a 4 hour, and then maybe give us that correction, that nice clean corrections, and then we can tap into our 15 minute and 5 minute just to get those nice clean support and resistance areas, where we can be able to be breaking those support areas, and then having those lower lows and lower highs on a smaller time frame, and then we can continue with the continuation, probably aim our take profits around these lows, you know these higher lows that were created on the uptrend, and then yeah, aim for them while we go down. But it's something that I'm looking forward to this week. Remember, we're trading ICC, and yeah, we did create the ICC PDF. If you want a copy of that, also join the community. The link will be on the description below. We created an ICC PDF for you guys, so it's an ABC kind of strategy where it will help you with the trading, understanding the full ICC trade strategy, which is the indication, correction, and the continuation. So yeah, pretty much get yourself a copy and then be part of the free community where we're sending daily analysis, daily breakdowns, daily signals for free, guys. Nothing paid for, everything's for free. All right. So like I said, we've been bullish for quite some time. I would like us to go to M15 so you can get those nice, clean, so you can understand where your support and your resistance areas were. So if I'm to break down this week's trade, we had a lot of them actually. We had a lot of this week's trades. Um, we took quite a lot of buys this week. One of them being this trade here. As you can see, we had a trade on oh, this was USDT, sorry, my apologies. One of the trades that we took was this one, where we had a correction, I mean an indication and then a correction, and then we took a trade based off that. So I would like us to just jump onto that one so you can get a clean look at that. you know. So basically was when the market created, that nice higher high and then gave us, a higher low. So let me just go to 1 hour so I can give you a breakdown of that, you know. So the market actually gave us that higher high, gave us that that nice, higher indication to the upside by breaking the highs. If you are bullish, you wanna be breaking the highs. If you are bearish, you wanna be breaking the lows. So our main focus was to break this high, and the market did exactly that by breaking that high, and then that was our indication that we're still bullish in terms of the overall market. We're still bullish, and then that was the indication, and then we waited for the correction to happen on a smaller time frame. We waited for the correction to happen on a smaller time frame, and the correction did do come about. It did happen on a small time frame. We had a little bit of double bottom, which the market came to retest at least 3 times before it shot up. So that's the kind of trade we're also in. That's the buy that we were in. If you can see, the market came to retest 3 times. One, the first touch, second touch, and the third touch. So after this third touch, the market created, this higher low. You can see higher low on a 15, but it wasn't actually a higher high on a 15 because there was a kind of a break of structure. If you can see, let me just take it back. Yeah. It was kind of a higher high. As you can see, it was a higher high. It created this and came down and then shot up, but our entry came from here. The reason being that I like to use 5 minutes just to get those precise entries, and that our stop loss can be much lower than, when it would have been on a 15 minute. Because check these two entries. I wanted to check these two entries. My stop loss was just a bit here, and then we're all aiming at that high on the 1 hour. And then look at the other one. This was on the 15-minute entry. You see. So they both differ. Yes, it is just a point which is about probably 10 pips, but there's a difference. It could have been, 10. I mean, 10 points, 10p. I mean, all those kind of things. But there's a difference in terms of your stop loss and all those kind of things. So yeah, we took that entry. We took the entry to the upside. Obviously, we know that we just finished our correction and this level of support was holding. So we took that entry, like I indicated. We took that entry from this area here. We took that entry from this area, and our target was here. And this swing high, our higher high, which was created on a 4 hour. That was our target, and we did hit this. And yeah, it was a good trade for the day. It was a good 1:2, I think 1:15, 1:15, 1:13 type of trade. But we did. Everybody made money with this trade in the chat. Everybody made money with this chat with this trade. Yes. So then the second entry, I think, came. No, there wasn't the second entry actually, because I hold and I got off because now our take profit was actually around this area, which is where we have if we go to the left, you will see that there is a what is this? It's actually a swing high around that point when the market was starting to drop down. When you go there, you realize there is a level there. Yeah, you realize there is a level there. What did they do? Yeah, you realize there is a level there around this area. So this was my anticipated, level of resistance. Let me just show you on the 1 hour. There is a level, you see. a resistance. There was a resistance at that level. So that was my actual stop loss. I mean, my take profit actually. Yes. So the market did that. We hit our take profit. And then there's this. So I want to speak to you guys regarding this, what you see here. What you see. I want to show you something before any of you could say anything, right? Um, People are still thinking that we might be still be bullish. Yes, overall we bullish. But I want you to realize something because these are the kind of things that people don't really usually pick up on the market, right? Let's go to a 4 hour because people are very unlikely to actually study, put time into their craft and, study the charts and everything. All right. So I want you to look at this. We have a high here. We have another high there. We have another high here, which is currently where we are at, right? This is what is happening. Remember earlier on, I did also mention that we've reached some sort of exhaustion level of when on the market, right? I did mention that we've reached some sort of exhaustion level because why? On a 4 hour, as you can see on a 4 hour chart, we have the chart is actually the highs on our 4 hour. Once after this range, this impulsive move, the highs they started becoming closer and closer to each other. Even after this impulsive move, but they started to become closer and closer to each other, right? Then we had a test, of this resistance at the top, So that's why I said earlier, I'm thinking that we might be coming for this higher low to break this higher low, get that indication, have that nice correction, and then start shooting to the bottom, which would be obviously this level of support at this level, as you can see, because that's where the market has been retesting, has been bouncing off for the past, uh, yeah, for the past 3 months, because it's been June, July, and August for the past 3 months. That's our key level of support. So the month actually spent 3 months doing this whole move. So that's what I'm anticipating, that the market might do this, calm down, break this higher low, which then would give us an indication, and then give us that nice correction to the upside. Only obviously it would be maybe 3, 4, 5 can find 4 hour candlesticks, but it will sit nicely on the 15 minute or 5 minute. It will be more of an uptrend, but it don't really matter because we would know, because of the indication of bigger time frame, that we are now bearish. So we're looking to get that lower high because the market would have created a lower low. So we would wait for that, and then obviously on a 15 minute we can draw our level of support and resistance areas, so we can be able to break those supports, and then have those lower lows, lower highs on 5 minutes, 15 minute time frame, so we can start executing trades and take our shorts or our sells from that area on. Right. So it's something that you need to look at long term. You need to be on the lookout for, because if the market doesn't do that, the market only do one of two things. If the market doesn't do that, the market just comes back, breaks above this, and then come retest this level, and then continue to the upside. But it's something that, if it does happen, it's something that we will definitely be on the lookout for. But for now, I highly advise that we try to stay away from the market, especially because next week is gonna be NFP. So there's gonna be a lot of traps coming in. The market has to reclaim all the money that it lost. So it gotta be tricky for some folks. So some folks gonna definitely lose money. Yes. So be on the lookout for that one. So let's jump onto our Nasdaq. Let's jump onto our Nasdaq. So Nasdaq has been actually been bullish for some time, but it's been playing on between this level of support and resistance. Why am I saying we're bullish? We had, a bearish structure down to the downside with the lower low, lower high, and then a higher low. And then we didn't really do much we get another lower high and then a lower low, but the market came, broke this structure, went to the upside, and then started to, correct a bit, but it didn't really create any higher high. So when you drop down to your 1 hour, let me just reset the chart view. You had all of this, and then you can see the way the market was actually, bouncing off of. So 15 minute will be much more clearer. Like I said, you want to get more information when you definitely, trading. So you want to get more information. So this is currently what that was happening actually. We took a sell around this area. It was profitable also this week on Tuesday. We made money off of that. And then obviously, because we were not sure where the market is, what the market is actually doing, but we're trading based off our break on support and our break on resistance. You understand? So we would trade based off that where the market is, and focus on that. Yes. So and then we had a nice clean break actually yesterday. Um on the chart. Sorry guys. Let me just yeah, let me just do this. What's happening? Okay. Sorry about that. wait. All right. Let me just 15 minutes. Yeah. So we had a nice we were somewhere here. Yeah. So we had a nice clean to the upside. As you can see, we had a nice clean to the upside. But the market came back down. But because we already moved our stop loss at break even, the market actually took us out. But some people already collected profits, they took partials. But and then there was a re-entry kind of option on the upside, and still we made money on that one also. So that's what happened yesterday. And then now, currently, as I'm doing this, we are on a trade. We are on a trade because we know that the market is now bullish and we broke above this level of resistance. Now we know that anything above this level of resistance is gonna be bullish, because why? We have sellers that are sitting here. So sellers, which means the market will wanna the buyers will wanna push the market to the upside to take out most of the sellers. And this also level here, the sellers, which is it becomes a resistance area. So that means the sellers sitting at this point. So if you go to 5 minutes, you would see that the market actually came down, have gave us that doji candlestick, and then created a lower high, but it didn't create a lower low. It gave us actually a higher low. You understand? So you want to have a nice clean break above this, and so you can continue. So our stop loss is just below our level of sub because now we're on the other side of the resistance. It is now a support to us. You understand? So that now it becomes a bias area, because now anything above this is gonna be bullish. So that's the kind of trade we are in. We aiming for the same target as yesterday. We're gonna be aiming at this for the same target as yesterday. So yeah, pretty much that's it for today. Yeah. All right, guys. Like I said, don't forget that we have a free community. We send in daily signals, daily chart analysis, or anything from gold, Nasdaq, and then currency pairs also. We're gonna be there, and then you can also always message us. We're gonna be giving you, those free assistance with the trading journey. We're gonna be there for you all the way. We created a strategy, a PDF strategy, breaking down the ICC strategy. So that's what you wanna be part of that free community, so you can be able to, understand things, because it helps, having that person you can always, or that kind of community you can always go to. We don't want to confuse you. You don't want you to get confused. We want you to be actually see things how we see them. It makes it much more easier for you to be able to see it how we see it. You understand? All right. Anyways, thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video educative. Yeah, see you on the next video, guys. Thank you.